Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Leslie Ann King, and today we're talking about something juicy: why men don't approach you. I thought this was a good topic because I actually used to ask this very same question. I used to think I was ugly. I used to think nobody liked me, and I have since learned in recent years that that was absolutely false. Obviously, there's always gonna be somebody that don't think you're cute, whatever. They don't know nothing. But the truth of the matter was that was absolutely false. That was insecurity and self-esteem issues, and just like putting value in someone else. Because if someone doesn't come up to you, it doesn't always mean that. If someone doesn't come up to you, doesn't mean that you're not pretty. It doesn't mean that you're not a great person, right? So from my own experience, there are some things on this list that I have here because I'm prepared that I did. And that is why men didn't approach me. Let's get into it. So one of the reasons why a man might or men might not be approaching you is your face. I'm not talking about your beauty and stuff. I'm talking about your be resting face. I'm not trying to curse in this video, but your stank face. You got a stank face. Like your regular face, you look pissed. I have that. I suffer from that disease. I suffer from that disease. And so a lot of times when I'm standing straight and just walking to wherever I'm going, I'm from New York too, so that's another thing. I look pissed. And I'm not pissed most of the time. Like 98%, if I look mad and I'm outside and I'm just walking to my car, I'm just walking to wherever, I'm not mad. But my regular standing face just makes me look like I am pissed and I'm about to fight. And it's terrible. And so once I was aware of this, because I used to be like, that's just my face. They're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. We know that first impressions are everything. And before a person can get to know you, they have to see you, right? They look at you, and if you don't look inviting, they're not going to want to talk to you. So once I was aware of my face, I started smiling a little more. I thought I looked so silly because I'm like, yeah, I'm over here smirking, looking like a serial killer. But let me tell you, it worked. It softened me up, you know. You know how many men who I eventually would talk to, and they'd be like, I just thought you were mad. Like, or they'd be like, smile, sis. Although I don't want nobody to tell me to smile, because I will say they make me laugh. Like, if you're going to ask me to smile, do something funny. Okay? So anyway, once I started smiling more, there was definitely like more of a response. So I would tell you to smile more if you struggle with this, or just pay attention to your face in the mirror, because a lot of times you don't know that you have that problem. And I know if I was a guy and somebody looked pissed, I'd be like, ooh, she having a bad day. I am not about to talk to her. But if you smiling, it's gonna be like, okay. Right. Number two, you are always around a lot of women. Men get intimidated too. And I know somebody be like, if he a strong man, he's just gonna walk up to me in a crowded room and just talk to me. That's not how that works. If you have a lot of women around you all the time, it's good. It's gonna make a man a little intimidated, or he's just gonna be less likely to approach you because you're not by yourself and there's so many other women there that he may have to approach as well, or stop a conversation, or just deal with, you know, other women maybe being like, don't talk to him, or, you know, like I've definitely seen that, because we as women are protective of our friends, right? Especially you go to a club or something. Not that I'm a clubber or anything, but back in the day when I did that, if I see a guy pulling on my friend, try again. You know what I'm saying? And so in situations, I say outside of clubs, right? If you're with a lot of women, sorry, my camera died. But anyway, yeah, if you're with women all the time, it's going to be harder for a man to want to come talk to you, unless maybe he's with a group of guys and they all go over and shoot their shot. But if it's just him by himself, it's less likely, in my opinion. Another reason why men don't approach you is your body language is off. So besides the face thing, if your body is closed off to someone, if like your arms are crossed like this, you know, you're less likely to be approached because you look like you're pissed off. Or if you're like turned away from someone, you know what I mean? Or you're clutching to your like legs, like literally, or you're like, you know, like off into another world. Your body needs to be more open and like, you know, instead of being like this, have your hands down at your sides, more inviting with a smile, you know? So like, I probably look like a serial killer, but you know what I mean? just more like fun. Men love fun women. Like that's who they want to talk to because you look approachable. Like you look like, okay, she's cool. Like I could talk to her. She looks down to earth. Like guys like that. So your body language matters. So if you're, you know, your back is always turned to the guy as well. Like he barely see you. He probably doesn't know what you look like. Make yourself more open. Turn to in his direction. You know what I'm saying? Make it clear that you are open to meeting people in general, whether or not you're interested in someone or not. Just opening up your body language to that as well. Another reason why some men don't approach you is because they're scared. Like I feel like people forget that men have feelings too, and don't forget that it's actually really hard to like go up, to get that courage to go up and speak to a really beautiful woman. I feel like I would be really like other way around. Oh my God, I would start saying the most sarcastic and weird, awkward things. I am so weird and awkward in those situations. And that's why I'm happy I'm not the pursuer, because I feel like I would mess that up a lot. So there's a lot of pressure on men to like, you know, go up to a woman and speak to her. And, you know, I still believe that a man should do that, you know, if he's interested, and, you know, shoot a shot. But I know it takes some courage to do that. And so sometimes it's not you, it's just that they're scared. And so just having grace for that situation. And I know some people are like, I want a man that's strong, that's just gonna come through all the women and come talk to me and all that. And I'm like, that's nice. Some men are more low key, and it doesn't mean that they're not strong. It just means that they might be more cautious, or they might have had a bad experience when they approached someone before and got turned down. So that's just something to consider when you're like, why do men not approach me? Sometimes it's really not even about you. Next one. Okay, this one is like, I feel like I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself. Why men don't approach you? You're oblivious. My husband has told me so many times that I'm oblivious. And I've had friends tell me that. I've had guys interested in me and I had no idea until my friends are like, that guy is clearly like interested in you. Like he's asking you all these questions. I'm like, oh, I just thought he worked here and just needed to know. They're like, he wasn't talking to none of us, just you. I was like, oh. And even with my husband, he was like, yeah. Like at first I was like, I think he made it very clear. So like I knew he was pursuing me, but there's so many times where he's like, you do know, like all those guys like were looking at you or not. He's not saying it in like a jealous way, just like that's my wife, you know? And I'm like, what? Who was looking at me? What are you talking about? Now I'm more aware of it because of my husband. So sometimes you think like men are not approaching you because you're so oblivious that you don't even know they're like interested. They might have even looked at you and you're just like, you might have looked away. Like I used to be so awkward. Like a cute guy would look at me and I would look at him and just be like, weirdo. Like don't be weird. Don't do what I used to do. I know it can be like, you can be shy and it's like hard, but try to smile and like look back. Even if they're not interested, so you're just a nice person who smiled at. Like think of it as just smiling at someone you see, like a baby. When you see a little baby and you're like, oh wow. Like just think of it as, I'm smiling at a baby. I'm smiling at a person that just came on the bus or something, or, you know, just came in the store, like, hi, how are you? That kind of thing. When you think of it more like low key, it'll be easier to do that. So yeah, and if you're oblivious, that's another perspective, is like, you're just in your own world. Like you're doing your own thing. Like you go to different places where you can meet men, but you are not even opening yourself to them. Like you're talking to all these other, like talking to only women, or sitting off in a corner on your phone. You're just not aware of your surroundings. And I have been guilty of this. And that can make a man not approach you, trust me. And lastly, and I might get some heat for this, you know, and that's okay. You are too loud. You are too damn loud. You are not being classy. You're not showing your classy side or your feminine side, and you're just being loud as hell. That, I don't know what else to say. Like that definitely deters a man. Like if you are being like super loud, I don't think they always see that as that's the life of a party. That's a, like, they see that as either you're rude, attention seeker, or doing too much. And so when you're super loud, like it's not really even ladylike to just be super loud for no reason. It's a turn off. Like even me, like if a guy's just like so loud and doing the absolute most, I'm like, too much, you know, too much. I like the guy that's more calm, collected, and down to earth. You know what I'm saying? So if you are loud, just tone it down a bit, because that can make someone feel intimidated and not want to talk to you. They might think that you could be overbearing because you're so loud. And if you're not, like, you know, maintaining manners, being classy, showing off your feminine side and embracing that, it can come off like, you can give off like a masculine energy. And when you give off a masculine energy, a man is not attracted to masculine energy. They're attracted to feminine energy. So if you're not like softer, you know, soft spoken, not saying you have to speak like, no, just be yourself. Like, but you don't gotta be like, hey, what's up? What up, girl? I see you over there. Oh, like, this is my, like, you don't gotta do that. You can still be like, this is my song. Like, I love this. Like, okay, you know, and just enjoy yourself. So yeah, definitely tone it down a bit. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please be sure to click the subscribe button, share, and like. And thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.